From that emergency meeting, we learned that a new sanctions resolution is in the pipeline. More sanctions are, if the United States and its allies get their way, to be imposed on North Korea. Nikki Haley said that that was in the works and that it should come to a vote as early as next week, as September 11th. Now, after that emergency meeting, diplomats told me that this resolution could be circulated as soon as tomorrow, that is, as Tuesday. There's some speculation as to what exactly could be sanctioned. It seems likely that petrol could be targeted, the textiles industry in North Korea, tourism, and also foreign workers. There are an awful lot of North Korean workers who are in Russia and in China, and they're sending money back home. So it seems that those are the areas that would be likely to be targeted. But in the past, China has said that it's very wary about any kind of sanctions imposed on imports of oil to North Korea, because in its opinion that could lead to the collapse of the country, the economic collapse, and indeed then to chaos. China instead yet again today put forward the solution that it's been talking about for months, for a long time, this freeze for freeze idea. That would be the suspension of US and South Korean military exercises in exchange for North Korea agreeing to halt its nuclear program. Now, the other question, of course, if more sanctions came to a vote, is whether or not China would actually support that. And indeed, even if an 8th round of sanctions were to be implemented, were to be voted on, and this resolution were to pass, would they then be implemented effectively? Because we've had so many rounds of sanctions and it's very hard to actually implement them to make a difference. Now, Russia pressed on with its solution today, saying that the only possible solution now is dialogue, that the political and diplomatic track is the one that should be prioritised, but it doesn't seem as though much headway is being made on that front. Indeed, the US ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, said that essentially with its current actions, North Korea is begging for war.